Okay. Um, gotcha. So I assume you play Link based off your profile picture.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I will do my best to kind of help you in certain areas of that. Definitely not a Link specialist, so I will try to keep it more general things. I won't be able to tell you all the super specific stuff, but I can give you an idea about general safeness and how safe things are. Are you familiar with reading frame data at all? Are you good about that, or?
Yeah, I
Okay,
read a lot of frame data. Give me a second.
okay,
Yeah, I read a lot of frame data,
gotcha. All
but
right.
just reading the frame data ain't enough for me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's a bit harder to put it into practical applications and stuff. So I will do my best to show you some instances where you might be able to like apply pressure up close.
Uh huh.
Did you get the room info I sent over?
I got it.
Okay. Um, I'm just like briefly taking a look at Link's frame data right now, and the biggest thing up close, your safest stuff is obviously like neutral air on shield, back air on shield. Um, and then even against some characters, forward air and stuff can be safe as well. As for your like grounded options, your safest looks to be down tilt, which is -11, which isn't very safe against a lot of characters, which means you're not going to have the best safe pressure up close, like unless you jump into the air and do something like that. So you might have to be a bit more, creative in how you go about it, and maybe go for more aerials and things like that, falling aerials. Kind of adjust your spacing like that. But I'll play you some and I'll see what I notice.
Okay.
So, a couple things I noticed right off the bat. Obviously, you tried to go for a very like long range, kind of almost like a projectile war, using a lot of bomb, boomerang, bow, things like that, to try and catch me from distance and just rack up the damage. That can definitely work reverse Olimar sometimes, but there was a few times where like you maybe went to throw your boomerang and it got blocked by the Pikmin was on you because like it was right in front of you because it attached onto that part of your body. So being careful about that and making sure to pay attention to like when certain Pikmin are able to intercept your projectiles and stuff, that's going to make a big difference. Just because, you know, if you throw a boomerang and it gets blocked, that's just you in all that lag, and I don't actually have to do anything to dodge it. So,
Okay.
getting a little bit closer, maybe trying to use some of those tilts to range on that sword while you're also incorporating the projectiles is going to be a little bit better. You don't want to get too caught in like a specific playstyle, so to speak. I think I'm totally killed there. That's alright though. Definitely felt like you kind of did a little bit better there. You were more. There were some times where you try and get up close a bit more, and I think that was good because you could use those. Like his frame data isn't bad up close, at least with his aerials, things like Nair, and Bear and things like that. They're super quick at off me options. It feels like you're not shielding too much either, or at least not like trying to use maybe some of those out of shield options. I think what your neutral air is frame 7, your back air is frame 6. So there's like 9 and 10 with out of shield, and then your up B's pretty good at frame 7. So like for instance, Olimar can't hit you with anything except a perfect, you know, a well spaced Bear or Fair. Everything else you should be able to up B except maybe a max based F smash. So just like trying to really abuse that if I'm kind of not spacing myself properly. And you know, this is something you could apply to a lot of characters if they're not hitting you with their super safe button. It's like, you know, if someone touches you, up B or Nair out of shield, something like that, and just punish them for hitting your shield poorly. And then that's gonna kind of make them a bit more hesitant to hit you, because they're not going to want to get punished nearly as much. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that one. Nice. Nice. Yeah, no, that was definitely like a good step up. I liked how in the beginning, especially using a lot of that neutral air on my shield, things like that, and kind of just approaching with it and catching my jumps. And that's really good. Olimar's a slower character, so you might tend to struggle with someone doing that. But if you're fighting a faster character, you might need to incorporate more spaced forward airs and things like that to try and hit with a tip, because you can't always get right on top of them, like easily with a neutral air. You never want to roll in against Olimar like that with a tech, because it's super easy for him to just catch you with a smash attack. It's gonna do a lot of damage. Well, I don't want to say never, because obviously there's always instances where like it might work, but it's pretty risky. So in that game, did you notice how like when we started, I was a bit more aggressive, kind of not giving you time to necessarily. Since I went more aggressive, I should say. I was not running back as much, not giving you as much time to kind of just jump and space these nairs on me, and I was like, okay, let me play a little bit more like proactive, almost trying to stop you from getting in. So in that case, you know, you need to mix it up a bit more. Maybe go, okay, if he's gonna run in at me, maybe I'll play a bit more of a retreating game and kind of catch him as he comes in, because Olimar's pretty slow and you want to exploit that. If you're fighting a faster character, then maybe you need to get out of your hitboxes a bit more preemptively and kind of let him space onto you. If he's running in like that, then you go, okay, I'll just put out an attack and you'll run into it, as opposed to running in and then doing your own thing. Okay, you kind of need to shift up how you're playing depending on what your opponent's doing, because they're going to mix it up a lot, and you don't want to get caught off guard by that. Nice.
Ah.
You were doing a lot better in that game though. You kind of had like a pretty good rhythm. going on. I liked how you like the moment I F smash you were just being using that out of shield option pretty well because it's got so much range, especially with the up B. Like obviously if you whiff it, it can be pretty bad, but like kind of just knowing what you can and can't punish is important. And with Link, because he's not like young Link in the same way where he kind of, you know how young Link's very like, I'm gonna dance around on your shield and there's nothing you can do about it, like nothing he does has lag. Link isn't like that in the same way where he definitely has some safe-ish moves and he's got some good shield pressure and things like that, but he's more so like he doesn't fit the I'm gonna run around you like a little character who's super quick, right? He kind of uses his frame data sure to pressure your shield, but it's more so at like a mid-range or an area where he's not going to be constantly zipping around you. So you're kind of locked more into your position when you play him. And that's why you don't want to like, you got to be ready to use the out of shield options and kind of see how your opponent's, fighting you.
Ah.
Read the spot dodge. I was like, all right, he's gonna spot dodge after this. We're gonna get the down smash. I'm gonna win the game. What are there any specific characters you find yourself struggling with?
Right now it's just Snake, Olimar, and Palutena.
Oh well, I can play one of those pretty good, so I'll definitely stick with the Olimar. But feel free if you have any specific things that you want to ask me about how you're struggling with the Snake and Palutena. I can try and give you some advice on that.
Okay. Ooh,
I hit the bomb too. Yep, yep. Okay, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
No, I messed it up. I'm really surprised that that still didn't hit me.
Yeah.
So what is it you're struggling with Olimar that you feel? Because I definitely tend to play different than most Olimars, but if it's something specific, I could probably try and play in a way that would replicate that.
The one that we have here, he just knows my jump pattern. So every time I jump,
Yeah.
he's just there with a fucking forward air.
Yeah, yeah.
And I get fucking hit by it. It's terrible.
No, that definitely, like, when you're playing people in region, that's definitely gonna do it. Because they're gonna learn your specific habits more. I can definitely try and play more anti-air and things like that and call you out. But when it comes to that, it's a lot of like baiting him out, using your own movement, your projectiles to kind of cover yourself, and not always committing when you think you're gonna, or like, so you're making him kind of second guess himself. Because if he does commit, then maybe you can come in there and get a punish.
Oh, okay.
Oops, I'm supposed to run. Or did the Pigman? I think the Pigman intercepted it, or did you just mess that up?
I feel like I messed it up, but it could have been the Pikmin.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Surprised my dare didn't hit you.
Ooh.
Alternatively, if you feel he's calling you out, like especially in the jumps, you could try. What stages do you tend to prefer against that Olimar specifically? I know you said you weren't too big on stages, but are there any that you like try to avoid, or that you would even gives you a slight edge?
How I play is I try. What I used to do is take people to their best stage first, because if you like crush somebody on their best stage, they kind of feel
It's pretty
terrible for the rest
demoralizing,
of-
yeah.
That's what I used to do, but like his best stage is also my best stage, and he whoops my ass.
What stage is that?
Fucking Pokemon Stadium.
Okay, yeah, Pokemon Stadium is a pretty good Olimar stage. You could definitely do it. I think alternatively you could try if you're gonna play the long game against him, where you're kind of like zoning him out using a lot of projectile stuff. I think you might need to refine some of the way you use your bomb a little bit, like going for a lot of the tricky setups, how you'll nair it or bear it or boomerang it and send it at a weird angle, and abuse like the way it bounces and it has that hitbox. Because that's pretty good, and it can be an annoyance for Olimar. But if you're gonna fight up close, you need to use platforms and stuff to mix up your approach. Because normally, if you approach Olimar in just like a simple, like almost one-dimensional way, like where you just run at him, right? It gets pretty predictable on how he can hit you. He's got platforms to protect him too, especially on like Pokemon Stadium. But if you start using those platforms to maybe like, run in, jump at him, and then retreat to the platform after you've kind of tricked him out, then it's going to be a lot harder for him to get in. And the thing is, you don't want to go all in, because if you go all in and you miss, then he's going to be able to punish you. But kind of play in a more bait and punish, almost like, oh, I'm tricking you, like I'm going to try and come in type of way, and then using things like your boomerang and your bomb to kind of help you with that. Nice.
Ah.
Oops. Oh, that's what I get for doing an axe on the left smash.
I thought I was gonna take it.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, so like with the stages, if you're gonna go somewhere, I personally wouldn't take Olimar to PS2. I mean, even if it's a good Link stage, at least until you've kind of identified on how you can use some of the stage advantage to get around Olimar. I personally think Link loses the matchup, but I've heard some people say it's even, or I think I even heard some people say they think Link beats Olimar. But from my
Yeah.
perspective, I feel like Olimar is good enough at keeping him out a lot of time, and he kind of lacks the raw speed to just sit on top of him all the time. So like your kill power and range is decent, but you're not always able to get in. So it does make you get kind of creative in how you're getting in on me and things like that, and using your shield pressure and projectiles.
Ooh, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay.
Wow, I kind of just let you just do that.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, shit.
Gotta be
I think
careful.
I know what it is.
What do you think it is?
I'm not keeping up with Pikmin well at all. Like I'm only looking at Olimar.
Yeah, that is something that is very important, and it's a skill that's like obviously you learn more. Um, you obviously learn like get better at watching the Pikmin the more you play against Olimar and stuff like that. But it is very important to pay attention to like what do you know what all the Pikmin strengths and weaknesses are?
In general, I got a good idea.
Okay, I mean the biggest thing is like Blue's kill throw. You know, Purple hits hard and has the knockback on side B. Red's also hit hard, just less hard than Purple's. Whites do the most side B damage, and also have the longest grab range, funny enough. And then Yellows have bigger hitboxes. So that's why you can get outspaced by Yellows a lot more often than other colors. But yeah, watching that is very important because that's gonna let you get an idea of when like how Olimar's gonna attack sometimes, but also like what's gonna be safer and what's not. Like if I side B and it's like a red, you don't have to necessarily respect that the same way you would have to respect like a purple side B, you know?
Like I used to be so good at this matchup in Smash 4, but a lot of the stuff that I used to do, I can't do anymore because I don't have the hook shot and my
Yeah.
bombs don't work the same.
Yep. Plus now Olimar's aerials are really good. So he can challenge you a lot. Like he couldn't challenge you in the air in Smash 4. Like that he just didn't win. But in this game they gave him those transcendent aerials. So that he's able to kind of just cut through anyone if he has the spacing. Like I can beat your down air and up air if I space my attack, right? Like right there, I had the blue. I had the blue. Oh, nice. Oops. Oh, that shield poked. Wow. Nice. Thought I'd be able to catch you before the back air, like before you get another attack out, but that back air is ridiculously fast.
Ah.
Every time I think I'm gonna be able to catch you before, like, I'm gonna be able to get my attack up before you get yours, I keep ending up getting hit there. Nice.
It's on.
Alrighty, let me see if I can get you a good, serious game right here where I give you it all. See if I can call out all your habits.
Okay.
Alright, so give me the best you got right here.
Ah.
That reached a lot farther than I thought it was. Nice. Wow, I did not know that was that safe.
Ooh, shit.
Oh no, it didn't reach. No, my town air. Nice. Yeah, that's, see, it's not safe, so even if I up smash with anything, it's free up B. That was definitely pretty good. Yeah, I think if he's calling out your jumps, because like I do the same thing to my players at home, especially like our second best player is a Shulk player, and he obviously when he goes into jump, he jumps a lot and things like that, or when he goes into speed, it kind of makes it predictable. You have to really fight the urge to do the predictable thing, and try and abuse what your opponent can't do. Olimar can't go fast ever. He is slowest initial dash, one of the worst. He's got like a 50 something run speed, 72nd worst air speed. Like he's slow, right? So you use your movement to bait him into things to go, yeah, I'm gonna approach down. Oh, just kidding. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then at most he'll get like a side B. But like also if you're like throwing out these nairs or you're retreating with them, it's gonna like clank with the side B, or it's just gonna give you a lot of coverage. Especially if you're throwing like, you know, if you got the bomb out, if you got the boomerang out, things like that. They're just gonna provide a little bit of extra coverage. Because like you know, a lot of characters in this game, Link included, just have a lot of lagless things. It's not like you're landing with Nair or Bear or whatever. Even like Fair and Dare and stuff tend to have relatively low lag. And because Olimar's such a slow character, he can't always cover that distance in time. And that makes it a lot harder. I didn't respect the invincibility frames.
No.
Oh no. Gotta go deep with the purples. Alright, we got time for about, if you want to wrap it up, we can do like a best of 5, and then I can kind of give you a summary of some things I talked about and just kind of close it up there.
Okay.
Alright, cool. How do you usually do at your locals, like placement-wise?
We're outside of top 8 situation.
Around top 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What region are you from again?
Memphis.
Okay, gotcha.
We small, but it's kind of stacked.
No, I feel you on that. My region of Florida, because like Florida's very broken up into different regions. My region's kind of very much we're our own thing. We have our own players, and it can kind of get, you know, we got some hard hitters here that aren't necessarily the most well known out throughout the rest of Florida. No, my purple. Nice. No. Oh, yes. I gave that up. I was hoping. Oh my god. No, what is wrong with me? I couldn't hit you. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh wow, I didn't realize it was on my last stock for some reason. I thought it was on my second to last. Okay. Wow. I was like, I'd already started committing to my up B at that point, but it did the thing where like you just keep moving a little bit while you're doing it. But no, you're definitely doing much more solid than especially in the beginning. I feel like you've kind of got a good rhythm going. I feel like you're mixing up your jump timings pretty well. Pretty well. I think there are a couple times where you are getting a bit predictable, like in a pattern, like always like back airing into up tilt or things like that. But I can point those out more after the set.
One of the things that I can't do here, I can't back air to up tilt, because everybody's so used to me doing it that they just expect me to do it.
Yeah.
So regardless of how good it actually is, it's kind of useless. Whew, okay. Oh, that was a good snipe.
Oh, thank you. Every time I think that's not going to reach, it does. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought it was going to stop to hit at least. It's hard when there's two of them. You're like, all right, I dodged one, and then you're like, oh wait, there's another one right there.
Oh.
You gotta mix it up. I'm catching on. I'm catching on.
I see. Okay.
Oh, nice. Oops. I shielded. No. I think I got caught in the startup of my dash there. Nice. Yeah, no, I think you definitely we're picking up a bit more, mixing it up there. If all that Olimar is doing is calling out your jumps, I imagine he's not as aggressive as me, which probably makes it a
No,
little
like
bit more annoying.
he's super fucking aggressive.
Oh, he's super aggressive. Then you literally let him hit your shield. He hits your shield, you punish him every single time, unless it's like, and I mean a very well spaced fair bear, because he's so slow that a lot of times you can just up B or nair out a shield. If mix up your jump timing so you're not countering his aggression. Let him whiff. He's too slow to be doing a lot of things like that. I think just trying to incorporate the bomb and the boomerang more. Like, your boomerang's semi-safe on shield, and it's so good at just disrupting. You want to constantly disrupt Olimar, especially when they're playing aggressive, because when they're playing aggressive, the more you poke and prod them, the more it disrupts their flow, and they almost get agitated in a sense. And they try and get back in, but they're too slow. Like, he can't
Okay.
just, like, it's not like Sonic where you hit him and he just immediately gets back in your face. It's like, oh no, okay, now I gotta do it over. And just pester the hell out of him. Because, like, he's gonna be very annoying to fight, yeah, but you're gonna be, a lot of your stuff has more knockback base, and you can just kick through almost all of his attacks. So you don't have to
Okay.
respect nearly as much stuff.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, do you have any other questions to wrap it up with?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over this with a fine tooth comb.
Sounds good, sounds good.